Sup guys, Bryce the Reactor, and today we are doing the top 10 point guards in NBA history. I watched the top 10 centers, and like you would think Shaq would be number 1, but it wasn't Shaq. He was like number 5, and that's bullcrap. So, just leave in the comment section below who you think will be number 1. I'll give you like 5 seconds to guess who would be number 1. I think number 1 would be either Steve Nash, or if we're doing nowadays point guards, it would be Stephen Curry or Kyrie Irving. Tie between them probably. But let's get right into the video. I've never seen it, so let's just get started.
Welcome
Michael
to
Jordan.
Mixtape Videos. We recently shared our rankings of the top 10
LeBron.
greatest players in NBA history.
So
In addition to this, we decided
it will
to
be
also
probably
rank
nowadays
the
because there's
greatest
Kobe
players
Bryant,
by
there's
position.
LeBron because he's not.
Today, we're ranking the top 10 greatest point guards
Is that
in
Kareem
NBA history.
Abdul-Jabbar?
Make sure you watch to the end of this video to see how you can be a part of our next viewer ranked video. Now, before we start, we're going to point out that there are a few players that you won't see on this list. Oscar Robertson, Jerry West, and Allen Iverson. That's because we're listing them as shooting guards. Just a few notes on the criteria we used for these rankings. As you know, we're big on numbers and advanced stats and analytics. So we looked at essential stats like assists, steals, and points, as well as a player's ranking in assist percentage, PER, and win shares, just to name a few. To keep things balanced, we also took into consideration.
Come on, get started. Stop talking about the NBA players and just get started. I want to see who number 10 is. It better not be Steve Nash.
So now that that's all out of the
John
way,
Stockman's a
let's get
point
started.
guard. That's who I was trying to worry. Alright.
Number 10.
Walt Frazier.
Walt, or Clyde Frazier, set many franchise records while playing for the New York Knicks. While many of them were eventually broken, he still holds the franchise record for the most career assists with 4,791.
Wait. That's career. Okay. If that was a game, he would be the best NBA player ever with that many assists. But that's career. Wait, that's outrageous. That shouldn't be that. How many years did he play? Because doesn't like LeBron or something have like 2,000 each season? He's played like so many seasons. So you could assist are really easy. They're kind of like points, you know. Like you can just pass it, just keep passing and assist. Well, let's get back to it.
Well, with the Knicks, he won 2 championships and won All-Star MVP in 1975. He made the NBA All-Defensive Team 7 times and the All-NBA First Team 4 times. In the 1970 NBA Finals, while matched up against greats like Jerry West and Wilt Chamberlain, Walt scored 36 points, dished out 19 assists, and had 5 steals to seal a championship for the Knicks. It's hard to say what Frazier is known more for, his stellar defense or his stylish attire. Either way, teammate Willis Reed put it best when he said, "It's Clyde's ball, he just lets us play with it once in a while." Number 9, Gary Payton.
Gary Payton.
Payton played for several franchises, including the Miami.
Look at the jersey he's wearing. It's I think it's like Seattle Sonics or something like that. That team. That's not a team anymore. But I remember playing. I was playing either 2K13 or 14 because I really wanted to play an old one. And I think it was yeah, the Seattle Sonics, and like there was not that many good players. I think that's why they weren't on our team anymore, because they don't have they could at least have some more good players, or I guess the coach didn't do good, so they had to stop. I don't know how. I'll look that up next.
Heat, where he won an NBA championship
later.
as part of his farewell tour.
That's Ray Allen,
But he is
isn't it?
most known for his time with his Seattle Supersonics, where he earned the nickname the Glove for his inescapable defense. In fact, he's the only point guard to win Defensive Player of the Year and was selected to the NBA All-Defensive First Team 9 times, a record he shares only with Michael Jordan, Kevin Garnett, and Kobe Bryant. Pretty elite company. Gary Payton is number 4 all-time in total steals and 20th all-time
Ooh, he
in
has some good
steals per
handles though.
game. But Payton wasn't
Look at
just
those
an elite
handles.
defender. He's also 8th all-time in total assists.
Yeah.
He was a complete point guard, able to
Oh,
score,
he got the dunk. Like,
defend,
that's not
and
even Gary
grab
Payton. Oh, he
rebounds.
got the assist though. That's the dunk.
Number 8, Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson is always held in high esteem by NBA fans, but he's even more amazing to talk about when you look at some of his achievements. He's
Oh, he almost
6th
got packed on
all-time
that
in
dunk,
assists
dude.
per
I
game
saw
for the
that.
regular season and the playoffs, 9th all-time in assist percentage, 8th all-time in assist percentage for the playoffs, and 11th all-time
Oh,
in
he's going for
offensive
the
rating.
layup.
In just his second season in the
Okay,
NBA,
that's not
Johnson
Jordan, is it?
averaged over 20
Oh,
points
he's
and
just
12
like
assists.
spinning over him. Oh,
That
dang.
same year in the playoffs, he averaged nearly 21 points and 11 assists while shooting almost 50% from the floor. By the way,
50%.
Magic Johnson and Isaiah Thomas are the only other players to average at least 20 points and 12 assists, and Kevin Johnson did it in his second year in the league. He averaged at least 20 points and 10 assists for the next 3
You want to see that? Let's give him a piggyback ride. Watch. We'll let Buffer.
only
Okay.
other players to
Watch
average
this.
at least 20
Watch this,
points and 12
guys.
assists.
What? This part right
And
here.
Kevin Johnson did it in his
He goes
second
up,
year
gives
in
him
the
a
league.
piggyback
He
ride.
averaged at least 20 points and 10 assists for the next 3 seasons, joining Oscar Robertson
Anyways,
and
let's get back
Isaiah
to it.
Thomas
Oh,
as the
goes
only
up.
players
Ooh, that was
to do that
sick.
for 3 consecutive seasons. He never won a championship, but he had several remarkable player performances, outplaying Magic Johnson, beating John Stockton, and of course,
Magic Johnson
dunking
was
on
like
Hakeem
all the
Olajuwon while on his way to scoring 38
positions
points.
at one point in his his career.
Number
wasn't
7,
he?
Bob Cousy.
Bob
Now it's
Cousy.
time to go real old school. Bob Cousy was ahead of his time, or maybe he was just the beginning of everything and everyone is just copying him. Cousy was Magic before Magic Johnson. His flashy passes were something no one had really seen before. Aside from winning
That's the
6
50s or
NBA
40s, like,
championships,
I gotta
he
go look that
also
up.
won league MVP
What year was
in
that? That was-
1957. He's
'Cause,
15th
alright,
all-time in
guys.
total assists.
If you guys haven't played this game, it's a mobile game. It's NBA Live Mobile. You guys need to check it out. It's awesome. Bob Cousy, it had his card or whatever. 'Cause you have to use cards and stuff. We don't have to use cards, but cards and then players are in the game. But Bob Cousy, it said like 1959. I don't know. This don't look. Didn't you have? There was some color in 1959s, but like the TV was colored. But how come it looked like a 40s? I don't know, guys. Just get back to it.
19th all-time in assists per game for the regular season, and 9th all-time in assists per game in the playoffs. He actually led the league in assists for 8 consecutive seasons. With an attitude that matched his game, Cousy was not just a fan favorite. He was considered by many to be the greatest basketball player ever, at least up until that point. He
Not
set
the greatest
tone
basketball
for
player, I
future
don't think.
players like Magic Johnson
If I
and
get him on
Steve
NBA Live
Nash.
Mobile, he better be
He
making
had
all kinds of
excellent
threes
court
and
vision
passes
and
and
amazing
dunks and
ball
layups.
handling and passing skills. His
Better.
behind-the-back dribbling moves may not seem flashy, but it got the ball rolling, so to speak, in the direction of creativity and showmanship. Number 6,
Chris Paul.
There was a time when Chris Paul was on his way to becoming the greatest point guard of all time. But after 10 seasons in the league without making it past even the second round of the playoffs with worthy
Now
teams
that's a
around
good
him,
point guard
he's
right
starting to
there.
slide in the minds of some NBA fans, and rightfully so. But he's still done plenty through his career to earn this spot. He is 3rd all-time in assists per game, 3rd all-time in steals per game, 2nd all-time in assist percentage, 6th all-time in PER,
Oh, go
and
for
has
the
the
oop.
highest offensive
Oh, go for
rating
the
ever.
between the. Oh, go
In
for the.
playoffs,
Oh, wait, that's the
he's
same.
top 10 in
I'm an
PER,
idiot. That's the
assists
same
per
shot,
game,
guys.
Assist percentage, and offensive rating. That's incredible. His
It
short
is
playoff runs are
incredible.
definitely a black mark on his career, but he's still one of the greatest point guards of all time.
I actually think he kind of
Number
is.
5, Jason Kidd.
The drunk.
Jason Kidd had a long and illustrious career. After 21 seasons, he finished 2nd in total assists, 2nd in total steals, and 7th
Did he
in
play with
assists per
Allen?
game.
Wait,
His size made him an
when did
excellent
Jason
all-around
Kidd
player.
retire from the
He could
NBA?
score,
Is he even
pass,
retired?
rebound, and defend. In fact, he's the only player in NBA history with at least 15,000 points, 10,000 assists, and 7,000
Did they just say
rebounds.
15,000?
He's also 3rd all-time in triple-doubles. Despite having a reputation for being a terrible jump shooter, he's actually 5th all-time in three-pointers made. His defense and smart play helped win him a championship with the Dallas Mavericks in 2011. Before that, he made back-to-back finals appearances with teams featuring Richard Jefferson, Kenyon Martin, and Keith Van Horn. Number 4, Isaiah Thomas. Known as the point guard that led the Bad Boy Pistons to back-to-back championships.
Isaiah Thomas. Oh, yeah, there's 2 Isaiah Thomas. 2 guys. Wait, why are you buffering?
Memorable playoff playoff moments.
Sorry guys, it buffers a little bit. I had
His battles
to,
against
kind
the
of skip
Celtics,
it.
Knicks, and Lakers made
I didn't
for
skip
great
it, but I had
TV
to pause.
and solidified his reputation as an elite player who could score, pass, and defend.
Holy crap, the quality on this video.
Great, right? He won 2 rings with the Detroit Pistons and won Finals MVP for his efforts in the 1990 playoffs.
2 rings,
He's
that's
often
all?
known for his gritty performances, toughness, and style, and the numbers back up his elite reputation. He's 7th all-time in total assists. Not bad for a guy that had a relatively short career. He's also 5th all-time in assists per game in the regular season and 7th all-time in assists per game in the playoffs. On top of that, he's top 20 all-time in steals and assist percentage. He even set the record for the highest assist percentage in league history,
retired early. I didn't know that.
In the 80-45 season. That record was later broken by John Stockton. After several injuries, Isaiah Thomas retired at only 32 years old.
32?
What more could he have done if he had stayed healthy? It's hard to say, but he still earned a high spot in history. Number 3. Steve Nash.
Oh my god,
For the
really? Steve Nash, you're only 3?
Steve Nash is probably the greatest point guard we actually got to watch. We'll just ignore his 2 years with the Lakers. After growing as a player with the Dallas Mavericks, Nash had his best years with the Phoenix Suns, perfectly orchestrating their high-octane offense with Amari Stoudemire, Joe Johnson, and Sean Marion. It's there that he won 2 MVP awards, beating out Shaquille O'Neal,
look at that.
and becoming just the 3rd point guard ever to win the award and the 2nd to win it multiple times, along with Magic Johnson. Steve Nash is 3rd all-time in total assists, 10th in assists per game, 3rd in assist percentage, and 10th all-time in offensive rating. Basically, he was one of the greatest passers of all time. However, he was also a very underrated shooter. He's actually 10th all-time in three-point shooting percentage and had 4 50-40-90 seasons. He and Larry Bird are the only players to do that more than once, and even Larry Bird only did it twice. What could Nash have accomplished if...
Alright guys, if you ever watched my videos on Mr. Castaway or Game of Press Supply, you guys do know I'm recording these videos on mobile phone because I don't have a computer. So my phone went dead, so that's why I had to pause the video. So let's get started again. So we're on Steve Nash. Number 3.
Number 2, John Stockton. We all
think
we know how great John Stockton was, but chances are he's even better than you think. Just listen to some of his accomplishments. He's number 1 all-time in total assists, a record he holds by a margin of more than 3,000. Number 1 in total steals. Number 2 in assists per game for the regular season and the playoffs. Number 1 in assist percentage for the regular season and the playoffs.
I had no idea.
Number 4 in offensive rating. He holds the record for assists per game average over one season at 14.5, led the league in assists for 9 seasons, a record, and had 5 of the top 6 assist seasons in NBA history. He's known for his offense and passing, and rightfully so, but he wasn't a bad defender either, as highlighted by his being number 1 in total steals and number 7 in steals per game. He was also selected to the NBA All-Defensive Second Team 5 times and was known to be one of the toughest players in the league.
Holy shit, dude, you not see what he just freaking landed on that guy? That was actually pretty funny.
Never missed the playoffs during Stockton's career, and
they
missed the
fall
Western Conference
tumbling
Finals
down.
5 times in a 7-year span.
Good pass.
And
he finished it off with a dunk.
The point is that Stockton owned the
That kind of looked like Monty Bull, that
other
guy that he passed to.
And set records that will probably never be beat.
Was it?
He
No,
was
it's
never
not.
able to beat Jordan and
Oh,
win
come
a
on,
ring,
John.
and surprisingly, he never won MVP, but he's still easily one of the greatest point guards of all time. Number 1,
Magic Johnson.
You could probably already guess that we were going to put Magic at number 1 since he's the only point guard that showed up on our top 10 greatest players of all time list, and with good reason. Of the 15 point guard related stats and analytics we looked at, as mentioned in the outset, Magic is top 20 in 13 of them and top 10 in 8. On top of that, he won 5 championships, is a 3-time MVP, and 2-time Finals MVP.
Well, guys, I have to start recording, so, anyways, if you guys have a video for me to watch, leave it down in the comment section below. Check out Mr. Castaway, my gaming channel. I don't know if I'll post another video on that tonight because it's getting kind of late, and I don't know. But anyways, as I always say, peace.